Good morning, this is Jim, 5714 Collector, bringing you another video this morning. It's Saturday. Looks like we're going to have a nice day here in Northern Virginia. And I wanted to talk to you about some Nolan Ryan starting lineups that I have in my collection. I've been watching a lot of videos. I have never seen, as far as I remember, anybody showing off some of their collection of starting lineups. And I've been collecting Nolan Ryan for a long time. I've got most of his starting lineups, but not all of them. I'm missing the 88 starting lineup. I do have the card, but not the figure. So I'm still looking for the package. So that's always on my radar. And even when I went to the National this year, I never saw the 88 Nolan Ryan. So I do see it on eBay once in a while. It is not cheap. And I guess one day I'll just have to break down and buy it. But I thought I would bring you a video this morning to show the starting lineups in my collection. And I'm going to start with the 1990, and this is Nolan with the Rangers. It's got two cards with it. Pretty cool action figure in the back of this. And I can remember the 1988 when that came out. That was at a store called Zehrs or something like that, and I missed it. It was also, I think, in the Sears Roebuck catalog back in 1988, 89. So I'll be looking for that, trying to pick that up at some point in the future. So we also have I believe this is the 1991 edition. And all these got different poses. They're pretty cool. And this one has the coin and the card. And what I do like, it has a checklist on the back. So that's pretty cool. And you can buy the poster. And I think I have this poster somewhere in my collection too. I'd have to go through my posters and see if I have it. But I thought that was kind of cool. And then I have, I believe this is 1992, I think. This one has a poster with it. So that's pretty cool. And the card designs changed throughout the years, of course. And Nolan, being so popular, he's on pretty much all of these. And I have to put them down on the floor because I ran out of space. I have so many of these, and more than I expected. So here's another one here. And this one's from 93, and this one's got two cards, so they're pretty cool. So you always have, if you're trying to keep track of your baseball cards in your collection, you have to count these. So these would count toward, if you're an individual collector, me collecting Nolan Ryan and a lot of it, I'm working on a checklist, and it just takes so much time, but I got to add these cards into the checklist, probably on a separate sheet of paper. Here's his retirement edition, which I've shown this before. And that's pretty cool. It's got him tipping his cap there, probably after his 5,000 strikeout maybe. So that's pretty neat. And now there's the back of that. So these are pretty cool. The only problem with these packages is they do yellow out a little bit. And even when you put them in the protective plastic, that yellows out. And this room that I'm in is always closed. It's always dark because the light's only on when I'm down here. And they still yellow out over time. So here's the 1997 with the Jacksonville Suns. This was a mail-in. And I think I have two of these in my collection. I bought this when it first came out. And then I was at a yard sale. And I saw one of those. And somebody was selling it for like $5. And I said, I might as well go ahead and have two. So I went ahead and picked it up. I figured maybe one day I'll trade it. Maybe somebody will be interested in it. Maybe we can work out a trade. So if you're watching this video and you want to talk about a trade for something like that, we can work that out. Here's the 1999 Cooperstown edition, and this one is pretty cool. A little bit different packaging. Got the card here, the figurine, of course. And what's cool about it, they got a little tiny article in the back of shows Cooperstown, New York, and it says the home of baseball. So that's pretty cool. I like that one a lot. So I'll just show that front. That's pretty awesome. And like I said, one thing about Nolan Ryan, he's on so many different items. If you go to the trading card database, I think there's like 15,000 different Nolan Ryan cards. And the funny thing is, since he's retired and all that, Topps releases so many different variations, numbered cards. You could not collect all of them. And if you do, good for you. I'd say, hey, congratulations. That's pretty awesome. Here's the let's see, this is from, let me make sure I get the year right. I think this is from, it tells you on the bottom, this is from 2000. This is starting lineup number 2. And an even cooler action type figure with the card. And him and his cool follow through. And reminds you of Tom Seaver, doesn't it? Because he's got his knee down quite close to the ground. So that's pretty awesome. And I've shown this one before, but since we're doing a starting lineup video today, the Wheaties. And that's pretty cool. And this is from, I think, 2000. And what I like is it's got the stats on the back. That's pretty awesome. And let me just show you again. I know I've shown this before. And I picked this up at a flea market or antique store. And the price I paid on it is still there, $25. And that's pretty awesome. That's one of the coolest ones in my collection. Now, what I haven't shown, I'm going to show a couple of these. Nolan was also on the classic doubles, and I think this was 1997. So with Randy Johnson. There's Nolan and Randy, two of the greatest strikeout pitchers of all time. It's got the back, and it's advertised in the stadium. The ones with the players on the stadiums, and a couple more there. And I have, I got a Nolan Ryan from, I think it's from 93, I think, where he's on top of the stadium, Arlington Stadium in Texas, and it's down in my display case. And one day I'll have to move the display case out and pull that out and show that, because I have, let's see, I got Al Kaline over there and Babe Ruth over there also. So one day I'll do that, and I'll make sure I do a video and show those. Then I got another classic doubles, and this is from 1998. I like this because he's in the Astros uniform, and of course with Walter Johnson, who was the greatest strikeout pitcher of his era, and all that, because he had, what, 3,508. And I remember when Nolan Ryan and Steve Carlton, I think Gaylord Perry were running down Walter Johnson, and they had a card where they all passed him around the same time. So that was a pretty cool card. I got that in my collection. I'll get that out one day and show that too. But Nolan, of course, not only is on those type of starting lineups, he's also on the headline collection. And this is from, let me tell you what year this is from, so I don't confuse all these, because I get a couple of them. This is from 1991. So that's the 5000K one. So that's pretty awesome. I got two of these, I believe. I've pulled them out of the package once or twice just to look at them, and they're pretty cool. So just so you see the back, Nolan wasn't the only one offered, as you can see. So you got, let's see, we got Ricky Henderson, Will Clark, Jose Canseco, Ken Griffey Jr., Don Mattingly, and Nolan Ryan. So that's pretty cool. And I'll put that over there. And then we have the seventh heaven. That's pretty cool. That's, of course, for the seventh no-hitter against the Toronto Blue Jays, where he struck out 16 batters and walked 2. He struck out Alomar for the last out. And I had to go back, and I would love to get a pitch count on that night, how many pitches he threw. But that was May 1st, 1991, his 7th no-hitter. I remember they interrupted, I was probably watching the Orioles game or something like that, and they interrupted the game, or I was on ESPN, and they showed the 9th inning of that game and got to see the last 3 outs. And I have videotape over in my collection of that seventh no-hitter, so that's pretty cool thing to have in the collection. This is from 93, I think, and this is Nolan with his California Retires Ryan's number. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's neat to have Nolan in the Angels uniform since he spent, 8 years with them. And that's a pretty cool looking figurine. And of course there's, I'll read them off on the back. There's Glavine, Alomar, Abbott, Ripken, Thomas, Sanders, and McGuire. So just to show that again, I think that's a pretty neat item. And anytime you see Nolan in an Angels uniform, I think they're pretty cool looking. And I've shown this before, but since we're doing the starting lineup show today, the freeze frame. And I have one more of these, but it's in worse shape. I wish I'd have bought the acrylic holder for this, but I did not. But what's cool about this item, I'll show you the back, just so you see it. I'll make sure hopefully I got all that in there. But this has Ryan in his Mets, Angels, Astros, and Rangers uniform. And I think that is one of the coolest pieces that they ever did for starting lineup. They did a Derek Jeter, which I have over here in my collection too. But today, since it's the Nolan Ryan starting lineup show, I wanted to show all those. I figured I'd take a couple minutes. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I hope everyone has a great Saturday. And if you like this kind of material, please subscribe and leave a comment, and we will talk to you on the next video. Take care.